Good day and welcome to yet another interesting edition of Frontliner on Ogama TV, the program where we take a closer look at the issues shaping our society, governance and democracy. The recent resignation announcement by UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer has sparked conversations across the world. Starmer's decision followed mounting political pressure within his own party and declining public confidence, bringing to the fore an important question about leadership and accountability in modern democracies. Here in Nigeria, the development has added fuel to an ongoing political debate after the presidential candidate of the Nigerian Democratic Congress, Peter Obi, reportedly called on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to resign over what he described as administrative failures. Expectedly, the presidency has rejected the call and insists that the administration remains committed to fulfilling its mandates. Today on Frontliner, we ask, how does the resignation of the UK Prime Minister relate to the situation in Nigeria? Is there any justification for Peter Obi's call for President Tinubu's resignation? Under what circumstances should a leader voluntarily step aside? And what lessons can Nigeria learn from mature democracies regarding political accountability? Now, before drawing comparisons, it is important to understand that the United Kingdom and Nigeria operate different political systems. The UK runs a parliamentary system where a prime minister remains in office largely on the confidence of the governing party and parliament. Once that support evaporates, resignation often becomes the most practical options. In Starmer's case, growing dissatisfaction within the Labour Party significantly weakened his political position, eventually leading to his decision to step down. Nigeria, on the other hand, operates a presidential system. A president is elected directly by the people for a fixed term. Unlike parliamentary prime minister, a Nigerian president is not generally expected to resign because of poor popularity ratings or opposition criticism. The Constitution provides clear mechanisms such as elections, impeachments, incapacity, or voluntary resignations. Now, to the big questions, is Peter Obi's call justified? Supporters of Peter Obi argue that worsening economic hardship, inflation, unemployment, insecurity, and the declining purchasing power of citizens justify calls for greater accountability from the government. They believe that when government policies fail to produce the expected results, leaders should accept responsibilities. However, supporters of President Tinubu maintain that the administration inherited deep structural challenges and that many of the difficult reforms currently being implemented are designed to produce long-term benefits. They argue that hardship alone does not automatically warrant resignation and that elected leaders should be allowed sufficient time to implement their programs. Now, in a democracy, both arguments are legitimate contributions to public discourse. What matters is whether criticism is backed by facts and whether government remains responsive to citizens' concerns. When should a leader step down? History shows that leaders may need to step aside when there are growing cases of loss of public trust, serious ethical or corruption scandals, constitutional violations, inability to govern effectively, national interest above personal ambition. Bottom line is, whether one supports Tinubu, Peter Obi, or any other political figure, the broader lesson is that democracy thrives when leaders remain accountable and citizens remain vigilant. The UK experience reminds us that political power ultimately belongs to the people and that no leader is bigger than the office they occupy. At the same time, calls for resignation should not be based solely on political rivalry, but on clear evidence that remaining in office is no longer in the public interest. Now, as Nigerians continue to debate the performance of the current administrations, perhaps the most important question is not whether a leader should resign, but whether leaders are listening to the people they were elected to serve. Democracy works best when governments are accountable, opposition voices are heard, institutions are respected, and citizens remain actively engaged in the democratic process. A true leader knows that holding power is important, but earning and retaining the trust of the people is even more important. And that's where we draw the line on today's edition of Frontliner. I am your host, Chidiogo Asuke, reminding you that leadership is not measured by how long one stays in office, but by the positive impact made while there. Join us again next time for another thought-provoking discussion. For more updates and breaking news, don't forget to follow us on our socials, on Facebook at Ogama TV, on Instagram at Ogama TV1, on X at Ogama TV, on YouTube at Ogama TV. Also visit our website at www.ogamatv.com. Many thanks for watching. See you next week.
What's trending? What do you know? What are they not telling you? This Sunday, step into the front line of truth. Frontliner with Chidiogo, a bold new program on Ogama TV. We break down viral topics, analyze trending issues, and uncover the real story behind the headlines. No filters, no bias, just facts. Showing every Sunday only on Ogama TV. Frontliner, stay ahead, stay informed.